much more like it in terms of test match conditions, and for New Zealand they're going to get the best of the bowling side of it. It's overcast as well.
And Yunus Khan, terrific average, terrific record. Most experienced of this Pakistan lineup. 134 for 2.
Yeah, terrific record, but out of form.
And I think that's what we've got. There's been some pace, some bounce, a little bit of seam movement early on. We're starting to see it turn now as well. Short ball, good one to start from Chris Martin. A quick single and a good single. I'm not sure, to be honest with you, Rigger, that this surface is abrasive enough yet. There's still a lot of grass on the actual pitch itself and the surroundings for the ball to really cut up enough and lose its shine enough on one side to start reverse swinging. Cover point, long off, and man on the sweep. There's no one there. Should pick up at least 2. Arnell after it.
Ballers in, ballers in.
Probably pick up 3. No, don't want to go. So he doesn't play 2020 cricket. He doesn't play one-day cricket for Auckland. All he really plays is test match cricket for New Zealand and four-day cricket, of which he's not playing any of. Off the edge and out. Martin coming back in to Azhar Ali. He could not get his hands or his bat out of the way of it, and Ross Taylor picks up the catch. That first slip.
Boy, good piece of bowling this. He had been persevering with the odd short one as well. He's come out fairly aggressive and intent, Chris Martin, and that is a really good line. It just followed him. And instinctively, to stop it hitting him, all he could do was just run it into the hands of Ross Taylor. So Azhar Ali is out for 67. It's a big wicket for New Zealand because it means 2 new players will take the crease. 144 for 3.
2 legs in.
Just the 23 matches, averaging just under 40, a couple of hundreds. 4 successive test match 50s for Misbah Ul-Haq. So back-to-back 50s in Hamilton. What does that mean, Riggy? He's in form or he's due to fail?
Due to fail is how I would be thinking.
It's because you always think negatively, though.
Really good range.
Well, there's the wicket. It was short, just angled back in. He wanted to get out of the way of it, wanted to drop the hands in the bat, but Ross Taylor, it's got to be said, would have seen that perfectly. Would have got a great sight of it. It's like John Wright giving slip catching practice. Cool. Oh, that's opportunity to get off the mark, not taken. A wicket maiden, 144 for 3. So it cramps you for room. That's what we saw with Azhar Ali. He tried to leave it and just guided it straight to Ross Taylor. Nicely driven, beautifully driven, in fact, and that will run away to the boundary for 4.
Now this will make Yunus Khan feel a lot better about himself and his form, because this is right out of the middle. Very good execution, perfect cover drive. Often it just takes one stroke to just make things click when you're a little out of form.
And the slips, and then Martin gupped till it gully. Just clipped away through mid-wicket, and that's nicely timed as well. I don't think Vettori will haul it back. No, he won't.
One through the offside, one through the onside. Got in a really good position there. Didn't play around his front pad, so the balance. And often when you're out of form, your balance is all over the show and you fall over shots.
So they're going back over the wicket here. So we've seen bowlers from both teams operating on both round and over in this game. Just straight onto leg stump. And good running, very good running. Misbah got back very quickly for the second run. Nicely turned away. This will be a good contest as the fieldsman comes roaring around. And they get back for 3 runs. Well run by the 2 batsmen. Lovely stroke. Pitched up by Martin. And it should make it all the way to the boundary. It does tend to pull up pretty quickly, and a despairing dive is to no avail, and a lovely boundary for Misbah.
He's a great athlete, Brendan McCullum, and just a pleasure to watch, as was pleasure to watch this great drive from Misbah-ul-Haq. It's a good change. Should have done it last evening.
Oh, that's got on the air. It was a top edge, and it looks like it might just about get down to the boundary. Despairing chase, and a good run too by Williamson. And they come back for the 3rd, but it was a false stroke by Yunus Khan.
A strange kind of a shot from Yunus Khan, because he's usually good hitting the ball square against the spinners. I think he tried to crack it just a little too hard. Went back, and the balance was not right.
Brendan McCullum out there just chipping in a wee bit. Actually, it's a good talking point for you two fellows too. All of a sudden there, I hear there's a bit of a debate raging over the next New Zealand cricket captain. I kind of thought that it was going to be Ross Taylor lay down Mazier, but not so. Maybe there's a prospect of perhaps Brendan McCullum coming into the mix again, having lost the vice-captaincy.
Yeah, well, it is an interesting debate, isn't it? Which way you go. McCullum obviously has 10 years experience playing with New Zealand. And Ross Taylor's the senior batsman. I think what you're going to get from both Ross and Brendan is you're going to get an aggressive style captaincy, because they're both aggressive players. They like to be positive where on the field. I've been captained by both very good. And as you say, being an aggressive player myself, I really enjoyed that style of captaincy.
Thrashed away. Brilliant work by Williamson. A lot more of this going on in cricket. I don't mean the good fielding as such, but the little low 5s and the high 5s, fielders running from all parts to just sort of... I notice it particularly in the Ashes. England are over that stuff. I mean, people run from fine leg to mid-on just to applaud a long barrier. Heaps of, I suppose it's all encouraging and adds to the feeling out in the middle.
Smithy, I think Tim Southey's realised that for the next couple of years he's going to get a few after we discussed his first innings knock, where technically he's got issues with the short ball. So I think he's just getting them first and just delivering as many as he can before he has to face them.
Oh, that's a lovely shot, and that should race away the quickening outfield here at the Basin for 4 more. So another very valuable boundary for Pakistan. They're 181 for 3. And
that's really nicely driven. Chris Martin after it, and he won't get it. Beautiful on drive.
Yes, the balance was so nice that it was a real pleasure to watch this go across for 4 through the onside. He's looking good now, Yunus Khan. Every now and then he delivers this punch to make New Zealand think about his presence at the crease. Nicely done through the onside.
He whipped away through the leg side. Good shot.
Bola!